live video. Welcome back, one and all. New viewers, you know what to do. Please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I just jump on this live to speak with you guys briefly. And I want you all to take part in the discussion. So anybody wants to call in, feel free to do so at 954-288-6467. WhatsApp call only. I have some things when I want to, talk about. And first, I want to ask a question. Why did Jamaica basically handed Andrew Holness a loaded dice when they gave him this third term? Not just that, what is your take on Favour Williams at the PAAC meeting in Parliament with the entire, Finance Committee, speaking on the whole recovery post Hurricane Melissa? And we're seeing questions being thrown at her left, right, and center. Every turn she turn is a question flung at her. In my opinion, I'm not going to tell a lie. At one point, me kind of even feel sorry for her. Because I say, I want big woman and... But at the end of the day, they are in government, and so questions need to be, answered so that the Jamaican people can, see how our dollars been spent, how the entire relief and recovery post Melissa, how it's taking place. We're seeing them roll out basically a slow start, right? Big up yourself, John. Big up to Link Return. I want to also big up to all of my ABR members who joined the membership. Our newest member for the membership is Arlene From. Big up yourself, Arlene From. Right? Back to the matter at hand. Right? And so I want to hear from you. What do you think of Favour Williams? For me, she didn't answer most of the questions. I wouldn't say to my liking, but she didn't answer the questions how me think, we should have get answers to the questions. Rightly so, John says she seemed unprepared, and I don't know why. Many are speculating that, with a boss like Andrew Holness who micromanages every, ministries and department, many are even speculating that she is not really the finance minister. With the whole notion of a Nyama food or eater food government, them just rotate, persons in different areas in order for them eat a food. Many speculating that. And Dwight Hunter says she is just a puppet. My God. But the whole argument of this 150 million US loan to JPS, many are still questioning why did the government have to lend JPS, which is a private entity, even though the Jamaican government, bless up yourself, Aqua, right, has some 20% share in, JPS. Why did the government had to take such a massive amount? Basically, the cap ban money that, right? Then pull down that same figure, that same amount from the cat bond. And so, even if they were loaning them some money, the most we are things to them should have even loaned them maybe 175 million due to the fact that the Jamaican government has, the 20% shares in it, but a whole 150 million US dollars, and some even equivalent it into Jamaican currency, and that is a whopping 24 billion Jamaican dollars. And many are still questioning why we still have not received a feasible answer from this current administration to let us know, why people are going to say bad mind in our parliament, and even at some point, I think they would have retracted that statement, the minister who passed that remark, right? We're asking sensible questions. We're asking valid questions. And to be labeled as bad mind, to be labeled as, evil to be labeled as wicked, stating that 150 million US is to, speed up restoration, when we hear a mayor down there in Westmoreland stated that in a latest meeting with JPS, that some areas will still not get light until basically the expected date that they gave in the initial phase of, May, June 2026. So the whole package for the restoration is 350 million US. The government took it upon themselves, they loaned JPS this 150 million US. But they still are not sure how JPS will acquire the other 200 million US to get the entire job done. So stating that, oh, it is for speeding up restoration, when it is not the full amount that they have given them. Are they planning to give them the other 200 million US dollars? We see them cough up 50 million US from the disaster fund, and them also stated that that fund was depleted. From burial time, them say the funds did depleted. So me not understand how them just cough up overnight one next 50 million US. Anyways, we heard that from the 6.7 billion US dollars worth of loan, which approximately a little over half of that is secured, they're stating that they would get back that 150 million US out of that. Right? Even though in a few days ago we heard that they have finalized this whole loan agreement here with JPS. And I'm gonna play a 48 seconds clip here so you can hear the audio from it, of what our opposition spokesperson on finance, Julian Robinson, questioned Favour Williams about this, and we finally got some answers as to how long them plan for, give them in order to repay this loan, and the interest rate. Cause all of that we did ask them from day one, and we never did get no answers when them did already know the answer, but they were just playing hard.
I've seen in the media where you have finalized the term. I've seen in the media where you have finalized the terms of the loan to the JPS. Could you indicate what those terms are in terms of the tenor of the loan and the interest rate? And I ask within the context of a concern that consumers will have about being charged higher bills to facilitate the repayment of this loan.
Remember, the terms of the loan to JPS is 5 years at 5.5%.
Can you indicate which government agency is the official agency providing the loan?
Ministry of Finance and the Public Service.
Or the ministry directly? Okay.
All right, so the Ministry of Finance will, be the loaner of this loan, and they said an interest rate of 5.5%. Right? They still haven't answered some other vital or pertinent question, to which a whole heap of Jamaicans are still asking, where and where will be sacrificed? Because they need 350 million US, and the government loaned them 150 million US, 24 billion Jamaican dollars. We know that out of the 6.7 billion US dollars, 2.4 billion US out of that, the government is going to have to work on certain initiative, basically work for that other 2.4 billion, but they already secured. They have 3 billion out of that secured, with a price tag of, they say, 8.8 billion US to do complete restoration on the island. That is still short of about billion and odd, right? I'm still not aware of the amount that they currently have through whatever gifts they have received in the initial phase, and from donations to whatever online portals that they had. Big up yourself out of many, Antonio. Blessings. Tropical Nomad TV. Big up Dwight Gray. Big up to all my moderators. Thanks for coming on. Please to like and share out this live. So we'll eat more questions there, so to be answered. But I'm still asking, what says you as it relates to the whole performance? Did you believe or do you think that Favour Williams delivered? As I stated earlier, for me personally, she never answered a whole heap of questions as how I believe should have been answered. Some of the questions, them, I'm not sure what she was answering. I see somebody in a comment here, so I say she came unprepared, which is not lie, right? Not lie at all. And so it goes back to the point of us always saying that there's consequences to elections. And when we see some people sit down at them yard, take payment for no vote, sit down and say them no business, whatever is happening in the country will affect everyone. And so at some point we're gonna have a business, right? Politics is in everything. All right, moving right along. I'm seeing where the mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Andrew Swaby, basically, you know, calling out the government. So it seems as if when we heard on a previous live that I played where, you know, we did a speculate, say, boy, job cut are gonna come, whether wage freeze are gonna come as well, or salary cut are gonna come. And it's basically happening already at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, where Andrew Swaby, the mayor, basically I say the KSAMC lose money because they have to be covering salaries for persons who are basically working for the municipal corporation. And enough of them duty that is a duty of central government. And them to pay them boast and them brag about the whole entire reclassifications and who forget 100% from who forget 200% from who forget almost 300%, right? And it is unfair that the directorates get them full salary every single month, and then you have other persons who have to be facing, you know, salary cut. It's not fair. We hear of the whole heap increase of goods and services to come now because them say induce inflation due to the passage of the hurricane, where basically mash up the entire bread basket down there in St. Elizabeth, other parishes where normally produce for the country as well. Totally ravished. Areas in Westmoreland basically at ground zero. And so it's a big injustice to other persons who should have gotten a raise in the whole reclassification. We still see public sector workers bawling, crying, up to even times before the general election, even after the general election, even before this hurricane hit Jamaica, they have been crying and bawling for them salary. So a whole heap of things are going in the island right now, and it's not looking good any at all. Right? I'm not sure if them get any drawdown from this 6.7 billion yet, I'll know. But Mayor Swaby quoted, the government often boasts about the public sector reclassification and the higher salaries that came with it, but they are not sending the KSAMC the full funds needed to honor those very increases. What can really go so? but yet still we hear of all kind of scandal and fraud and theft in all sorts of departments and ministries. Millions and millions unaccounted for. Millions and billions wasted. Wasted. Right? A latest news also, a senior official at Parliament flagged for private use of government vehicle. So the Auditor General dropped the special reports them left, right, and center. According to an article here from the Gleaner, a vehicle from the fleet at the Houses of Parliament was used for unofficial purposes by the Facilities and Operations Manager in breach of government policy, right? A report from the Auditor General revealed. The vehicle was used for 173 days, including weekends and public holidays between June and December of 2024. The finding was based on a review of the logbook for the vehicles, which was tabled in Parliament last Tuesday. The finding was based on a review, right? And analysis of the times recorded in the logbook showed that this fleet vehicle was not parked at the Houses of Parliament at the end of the working day, but apparently parked at the Facilities and Operations Manager place of abode. So it park in place, it park in yard where live. And it shouldn't be government vehicle to work during the hours of when government is in, function. And then it should be parked at the House of Parliament. But that wasn't the case. It a park at this manager house. So I saw them run our funds, I saw them run taxpayers' business like it's a free-for-all. Anybody can do as they like. Anybody can do as they please. Right? 173 days this are gone. And at what point, if the Auditor General never flagged this or picked up this in the logbook, nobody never said nothing to this manager here? But it me say now, when we have a boss, we behave as if he's not answerable to nobody. This is what happens. Everybody come and they feel like they can't do anything. So it seems as if it's a patty shop government thing going boy. The Auditor General noted that in response to the audit, the House of Parliament indicated that a memo from the manager dated August 2025 indicated that the vehicle was used pursuant to permission granted by the clerk in recognition of extended official hours and the need for personal safety during the late night duties. Or what kind of work so am I doing a late night? Since June 13 of this year, following the legal advice and instructions from the clerk to the House of Parliament, the Facilities and Operations Manager has ceased driving the government vehicles. Meanwhile, the Auditor General said the audit revealed shortcomings in the management of the fleet vehicles at the Houses of Parliament, including a lack of proper certification for drivers. So none of them are drive the vehicle and them do have the required certification to drive the vehicles. And this we are sick of her? Bless up yourself, Golda. Right? Other issues cited were inadequate records for the maintenance of vehicles and the absence of required quarterly efficiency reports. Everything relaxed. Everybody do what them feel like, how them feel like to do it. No strict management. Nobody now follow them, make and break the rules, and so are their friends and come below. It found too that several vehicles have remained unused for years without timely disposal, and a case where a motor vehicle crash was reported to the Financial Secretary and the Auditor General approximately 15 months after it occurred. So if, for example, one of the government vehicle met in an accident today, the Auditor General or the Financial Secretary now know about it till 15 months after. Really? Really? So where the people them were supposed to work and keep records of these things? Nobody who responsible for checking the logbook? Hmm? The report also stated that the logbook were not faithfully maintained and presented for review. These deficiencies not only breach the Government of Jamaica revised comprehensive motor vehicle policy, but raise concerns about oversight and asset use. So I saw it taxpayer money ago. I saw it ago. And we, the people, were supposed to benefit from it, cannot benefit from it. Big up yourself, Sean. When you see the slow pace of rollout from the government as it relates to the whole relief and recovery. But look what an audit found. Wastes of tax money here, so everybody can do what they please. It's a free-for-all thing. The people them in this festive season need somewhere to live. It's not even so much more about food right now for the people them want shelter. What is the emergency relief for sheltering the people? We say one of the chairperson for the whole recovery. Basically, I say the people them have up until the 31st of December to come out of the shelters. And if they want to be difficult, it can be difficult also. But where will the people go? It was brought to my attention that they must say the people them for find place rent. Where the people them get money from for rent place. One next minister, I believe the minister from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, that said some of them for go live with families. None of them not have the families to go to. What about the government taking the responsibility for put the people in somewhere where they can stay for a time being so till them get the assistance that they need and get back on them feet? We know so the government now go fix everybody house. So all of us sitting down and waiting on the government to fix the house, that's not gonna happen. They rolled out a 10 million package that they said should last up until the 31st of March till them roll out one next budget. Right? They will allocate more, it seems. And out of that $10 million, the members of parliament must choose 100 people to give $100,000. I played a video earlier on the channel where Peter Bunting even get even deeper into it with GCT on the resources where the people are going to need for help fix them roof or whatever fixture that 100,000 can use to do. It will go boil down to maybe 160 or 150,000 Jamaican dollars when you factor in GCT on the things them with them for buy, whether it be zinc, whether it be lath, whether it be plyboards, whether it be nail, whatever the case may be where needed for fix roof. Right? Plus you are talk about transportation. People them now go carry the things them from the hardware to wherever they're supposed to go free of charge. Them are going to charge delivery fees. So when you factor in all of that, the people them now go get 100,000. It will go boil down to probably 150,000. What can 50,000 Jamaican dollars do? It is a start. I'm not saying no. What can that do? Very, very, very good question here, Sean. Is saying, how can light be more important than shelter? Make it make sense. So when we see the minister come a ball out about who evil from who not evil and the people them want light, knowing say the 150 million US now go give everybody light because them done did tell we say a 350 million US for do it. That's what JPS say. We don't know if nobody from them team go assess nothing, or whether from the OUR go assess nothing for know whether or not JPS give them a accurate figure or estimated figures, where me hear people say them still get estimated bills with technology being so advanced, and JPS did roll out say a digital system them I use. So I don't know. How can it be that the people them now know if live and them I tell them say curfew in a certain areas and they must stay indoors? Me not get it, Sean. I don't understand it. But that is the reality there. Right? That is the reality there. Also, another piece of this special report from the Auditor General. Right? They flagged that $24 million contract awarded by the House of Parliament to renovate a lounge. Let me tell you, say, them now going good with this whole relief and recovery year. The rollout very slow, and it shows up their incompetence more and more. And when we talk these things, they want to come and they want to cow you down, and they want to prevent you from speaking, and they want to come with brute force. They want to come with war, whether it be through their words, whether it be through their actions. Them willing to come war with you. Right? $24 million to fix one lounge at the House of Parliament. And what kind of lounge that? What kind of lounge is that will cost $24 million? And we couldn't have the Prime Minister allocate, all right, say, 130 million to the badly affected constituencies them as a start as it relates to housing. $10 million, but yet still $24 million from the tax coffers gone into, fixing a lounge, right? This person here will get the contract. They're saying that 1 million discount granted by a bidder to the House of Parliament, which later awarded the firm a $24 million contract, same undermined the integrity and transparency of the procurement process. Basically, what the report is saying, what the Auditor General is stating, that the entire review revealed that when the work practically finished, them a talk about procurement after them done give this contractor $24 million. Something can go, sir? Let us take a look at the whole procurement guidelines. Because we see them come and them talk about now say accountability matters and transparency matters, and them put systems in place. After so many weeks, right? A lot of persons still homeless and they're still putting in systems in place. Them talk about procurement. So how on breach procurement in many other instances. But now when you relax the thing a little bit, but still have records of the thing is a problem for you to distribute the relief when it's supposed to be distributed. Something can really go so in an emergency, in a humanitarian crisis as this. When you hear those special reports from the Auditor General, who drive vehicle without proper certification, who now crash government vehicle and it now reported till 15 months after. Now we hear say 24 million for fix one launch, and after when time the contractor almost finished the work and get the 20 of them talk about procurement. Big breach of the procurement guidelines. But in a humanitarian crisis as this, almost 7 weeks after, we are approaching almost 2 months post, right? Hurricane Melissa. And them still now roll out the things them how them supposed to roll them out. Them a talk about them a put systems in place. They have not touched any donation, it seems, because we heard it from the information minister. The government is still trying to figure out how to spend it. And a gross incompetence that. And a show that a show we say them is just about PR and them don't know what them a do. I know that it I tell you now. But let me read a bit of the whole procurement guideline as it relates to Jamaica. So Jamaica's procurement guidelines focus on transparency, competition, fairness, integrity, and value for money. Seems as if anybody can come, or anybody will associate with any of them can come and, you know, throw a bid for a contract. And in some cases, as we heard as it relates to even the whole market me, some of the procurement, a one bidder, a one smaddy, and along after the minister make the accountability framework entities them know say him and such ladies were friends. We're friends. Public sector procurement policy promoting efficiency, accountability, and economic development with rules for public tenders, thresholds for different procurement types, like increased limits for single source and requirements for suppliers. Key elements involve clear processes for needs identification, solicitation, evaluation, and award, aiming for broad supplier participation and sustainable outcomes. Enough of them procurement process there. Not transparent. There's no openness in it. Enough of them, no competition never in it. No fairness not in it. No value for money not in it. As them wouldn't take up $30 million and pay for one surgical drill. And then it seems as if they bought the parts for the drill separate when it came as a bundle. If them did transparent and open, we wouldn't hear say a 1.4 billion Jamaican dollars for 100 old decommissioned school buses. If we'd get value for money, them wouldn't have unoccupied buildings being leased for how much 10 years, paying how much 10 hundreds of millions to lease when nobody not inner, when nothing not inner, and then again went ahead and practically paid $1 billion to retrofit. Something can really go so. Something can really go so. Something can go so. Big up yourself, member Martha Foundation. Blessings. Nothing can go so. So when it matters for us to get transparency from them, they break the rules. When there's no emergency, when there's no crisis, they break the rules and they do what they feel like. And then you have one bidder, and then you have a minister, it seems, soliciting contracts of friends and cumbelos. Nepotism at its finest. But now when them for relax the system a bit, but still keep records, them have to put systems in place. The systems them where them break daily. The rules and laws that they break, the policies them where them break daily. It makes no sense to me. But what says you, family? What says you, well-thinking Jamaicans? Everton, big up yourself. What says you? We can't continue like this. We cannot continue like this. The people them need shelter and them need shelter now. The people need shelter and they need shelter now. Anybody wants to chime in based on what I've stated or what I've said, I've spoken about so far on this live, you can feel free to call in. Tell me what you think about Fayval Williams in the, committee there speaking, answering questions as it relates to the whole relief and recovery post Hurricane Melissa. You can feel free to call in at 954-288-6467. Let me see if I can pin the number here in the live chat. So anyone who wants to call in can feel free to do so. So it's WhatsApp call only. So the number is pinned there. Feel free to call in. What says you? Anybody wants to chime in? Go ahead and do so. Why did Jamaica handed Andrew Holness a loaded dice? No political price to pay. That is why they behave and they manage and they deal with our tax dollars like that. No political price to pay. Once they, mess up our government, mess up our country, then we, the very same people, during the time of campaign and the election time, we allow them to come sweet we up with one little, 3,000-5,000 Jamaican dollars, 10,000, depending on how them view you or they value you. You might get 170K or you might get 175 or 100 and odd. Why Jamaica? Why? What is your assessment of the entire relief and recovery under this current administration? How do you view the government in managing this Hurricane Melissa relief here? What says you with a whole heap of relief still not being distributed? Please go ahead, call in 954-288-6467. I want to hear from you. Blessings, Jake.
Turkey is here.
Yes, and you have said that before, and you are repeating the house.
Madam,
Complete your complete your intervention, Member
Madam
Bomington.
Chairman.
Member Bomington.
Madam Chairman.
Complete your intervention without repetition.
I have the greatest respect for you, but do not. I have the largest number of votes in the South, 10,000 plus. So do not do it. And don't cut me off either. Let me speak. I'm saying when a member raises an issue, is only minister can respond in his house, not permanent secretary technical officer. I'm trying to get attention in this house. I came in Haiti, never before. But I don't finish yet. Don't cut me off.
think about that? When you see the whole exchange, the heated exchange between everyone, it's correct still, you know. The minister is supposed to respond. Even if she's getting the answer from, the permanent secretary or some technical person, they should relay the answer to her and then she basically, you know, give the response. Bless up yourself, Jamaica Speak and studies the word. You say you see Christmas over my head. And a Christmas, you know, say the balloon here from Bell Bell birthday. And the string pop off it and the balloon just get way up in the ceiling and I can't reach it. We might look close to it, but I almost have the device. But we not get distracted by how Warmington are behaving in Parliament, you know. We're not getting distracted any at all. We need the relief to reach to the people. And blessed love, Miss Winnie. Get well soon. We now make them distract me with that. Why the people of Jamaica fail to hold these people accountable? Blessed day, Miss Winnie, you're live.
Hi dear, I'm not so well, but you know I got to come on to you on a couple programs.
I know.
Now, what I want to ask, you know that Michael Leachin, he's got to pay back some money. I wonder if, just ask him, ask him, Mr. Onis, did you give Michael Leachin the money? Because you get donation money and you will not spend it on the Jamaican people. Why are you owing the donation money? And the thing that come in to give out to the care package, you're not giving them. You're going to put it in a shop that they should buy things. It was sent to give to the people free, not for you to sell it.
I hear about a voucher system. So you believe that he's gonna put the things them in our shop and make the people them buy back the relief? My God.
You might give them back the toilet paper or things like that. But the next thing is we are talking about 400 generator. It's not 400. The first lot was 400. The Japanese give 390. Other people send in. Why all this is holding on to generator? You got so much houses, you're going to put them in them. Outside, if there's a power cut. And what about the tents? What about the tarpaulin? You know what made you mad, Honest? You didn't think the Jamaican people would get international help and show you up, and you're mad about that. Or you're going to say by the 21st of this month, no more foreign donation can come into Barbados and give, into Jamaica and give. How can you say that? How can you say that? Couple days before Christmas, you're going to spoil people's holiday? No, man, I tell you, your wife, she never push out the baby because she would know what the mothers feel when the baby crying. You two are wicked to this. Listen, the others in there, I know they're wicked, but only you are the leader of a country. You swear to protect the people. But instead of you protecting the people, you stepping on them. Why are you going to stop donation now coming in by the 21st of December? Why? No more can come in to help the people. Why? It was said on Andrew Stephen program, and I believe it. You are evil. And even the devil refuse you. If the devil say you're more liar than me, you can't buy more than wicked, man. Why are you so wicked to the Jamaican people? But are you a Jamaican? You said you was born in a one-bedroom chimney and a chimney you use and work. You get out. You should be proud to bring up someone, not put them down. Mighty God and Daniel, I am an old woman. If I didn't have a son like you, I would go on my knee for 7 days and ask God to take you back home.
Mighty God.
Wicked, man. Wicked to the Jamaican people, and they don't realize. They must get something to drink. You know, not even water I would take from you. Not even water I would take from you. Because I don't know what's in your water. You are evil. Evil. I don't like this Wilmington, but I like the way you show up your wife.
Mm-hmm.
I like you when you show up, and all she's doing is screwing her teeth like Cheshire Cat. Huh?
Kind of man. Miss Winnie.
I'm in bed, but girl, I never sleep so good last night, but you know why? Okay, take care.
All right, you take care to get better up soon. All right, take care. Oh my gosh, Miss Winnie, I tell you, Miss Winnie, that easy though. No, sir. Yes, out of many, the voucher system coming into play. Let's see how long them are going to keep up that. I'm not sure. They never give a time frame. They never even give the amount that they will allocate to that to say whether or not they are going to put 800 million or anyway Margaret Pop. They never say whether 1 billion. I'm not sure. So, whole heap more needs to be done, as we know. They have basically waived the customs fee for anybody who are taking in relief items in the island. I'm still hearing persons, quarreling about issues with it. And it should expire, I believe, the 31st of this month as well. Right? Induce inflation, as they stated. Everything gone up, everything a go up. And people pay a cut. But as I stated, even with the people going through all of these things, they know that they don't have a political price to pay, because they will still get the votes in the thousands. People still are going to go out in droves to vote for them. And so, what do the people really require of these persons in governance, in public life? What do the people really want? Exactly my point out of many. What do the people really want? $1,000 a pound for sorrel now, and we know, say, in the festive season, people are going to want, food to eat. They are going to want like a sorrel and stuff. Right? But what is the price that these people will pay for their negligent behavior in public life? Them know them not gonna have no price to pay. I remember in one instance where the people them did come out against when name J.C. Hutchinson. And him say all the while them do it when it get close to the election. And that him say all the while when them do close to the election, and who get them 5,000 and them box food, and who him give farm work card, and man come back and say, they work too hard, and who get them 100 chicken and tara whatnot. So for the right price, the people them can be bought. For the right goods, the people them can be bought. The aid money is already being spent, but then we see the minister information come out and say the government is still trying to figure out how to use the money. So I don't know. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes we as social media warriors, sometimes we question ourselves. Me sometimes question myself, and me I say, what we about to fight for the people them for? What we about to fight for open up the eyes of the people them for? If the people through die-heartedness and through, them favorite people, them now go defend and see what is right or wrong. Them defend who them like. And if them not like a ABR, no matter if ABR speak the truth, them are going to try if they slew her. Right? If them not like another social media warrior, no matter if him or she speak the truth. Right? Them are going to come in defense of them 1 p.m. And they will not admit that the rollout from the 1 p.m. is slow and fully incompetent. It shows up all that they have been hiding under a facade with a whole heap of PR here and PR there. Look at the quality of houses that they have built versus the quality of houses when throw wood per Operation Pride and the way OM behave and go on. Successive governments will come and they will do what is required of them, and you will prioritize and you're going to do what you think needs to be done first and foremost. But when you come and you promise the people 70,000 houses and you still didn't deliver on even half of that, right, in your first 2 terms, and the people still went ahead and they sold their votes and they sold them future and they sold pitting them future, right, not knowing that for them to have a vote, somebody back then did have to fight for we get a vote. And so them not see the need where them have to fight for the future generation or for the younger children them coming up, where for them future are going to be tomorrow. This is our future. When we did younger, somebody fight for we and stand up for we. Advocated for us. And so we're living in our future today. Right? Them not see it that way there. A popularity and who can sell them a facade and who can sell them a con and who can sell them a lie. And no matter how we, the social media warriors, bring the things them to the forefront. Right? Because true, we now come thief and rob from them and scam them and sell them the whole heap of lies. Slavery mentality. That is it out of many. Slavery mentality. When we hear the man talk about battle for mine and don't make opposition battle for the mine. And him did I do that under the quiet. And him did I do that with the chess moves them where I play. So sometimes when we come on the forefront of the media, I'm going to call it a battlefield. Right? When we come on the battlefield and I try to open up our eyes, because them did use social media to get the advantage back when he was in opposition up until 2015. And social media them use and one amount of propaganda where then spread for Mama P and then talk. And when she spoke out on a political platform and she stated that, you know, she not afraid of no girl or no boy. She never declared war in a humanitarian crisis. She never declared no war upon the people. It was a war of words during the whole political season and the heightened campaign season. But we have a leader today. And I don't know if I should use that word. Sometimes I'm iffy in using the word leader. Because I don't really give a title to anybody. Because if you can't lead, I don't see the leadership qualities in you. You can't lead me. So we have someone now who is in governance. Right? Them say the people them choose them and choose Jamaica. And him declare war, him say, against all who are spreading misinformation and disinformation. And him willing to go toe to toe. In a humanitarian crisis, you have preach war and you willing to go toe to toe. What kind of time you gonna have now to go toe to toe when you're supposed to monitor the people's business? The people ain't give you a job for do. So you feel supposed to go toe to toe with who the you can't defeat internet. We come here, come see the internet and we're going to go well with it. Included him. I mean, I see nobody will defeat the internet and we can't defeat the internet. I'm not trying to defeat the internet. The internet is undefeated. Today, the people on the internet will billion and tomorrow them slew you and slaughter you. So I don't know where him come from. Him feel like say him big and mighty and him can't stop people from scrutinizing him. You in the driver's seat, so to speak. And so the people have a right to judge how you operate. Them give you a task to do. So do the task and make the people them sister yeah do the task. We don't want no more paper wallpaper house. Them they cannot withstand category 5 hurricanes. Una see him now a ball now same one partnership with Chinese contractors to build affordable houses. This a money have been a promise to people them affordable houses, you know. You know how long this a money a promise people affordable housing? When Michael Manley, happy birthday, belated birthday, Sir Daddy Manley, a true socialist who had the people them interest at heart. Crafted them sit down and them use them brain and them a say, yeah, them want to make everybody get a piece of the pie and piece of the rock. Cause for your born pan the rock. Nobody listen to him. Where come talk about by birth don't make you a Jamaican alone. It's the choices. You no listen to him. We not listen to him. Him can't tell we that. So under Manley's governance, him put policies and things in place where could have last for decades upon decades upon decades, generations upon generations. The NHT is still there. And the mandate of the NHT from then and should have been same till now was to build affordable housing for the people in our country. So when we say Edmund Ridge Estate and them a bill and them a brag and them a boast, you hear them say show off bring disgrace? Yeah, me tell you, say sometimes black people cannot manage success. And me tell you now already, say Andrew is a never see come see. Brownberg did tell him in a parliament. So you have some people who that start with you from ground zero. And because, you know, the Almighty shine upon them and them elevate a little bit over you. And true, you still left. As you know, they are zero, you know, but you take a little time. But them get a advantage over you and them move up maybe 10 steps ahead of you. What them start to do? Them hype about them house and them hype about them car and them brag about vanity and them go on and them go on. And them don't know, so the same God will give them a little push, can give you a push to you pass them out in the blink of a second, in the blink of an eye. So the man, no remember where I come from down a Cumberland Road, where him say 1 bedroom and then we hear one next talkings from him say 2 bedroom and chimney this and chimney that. So when him reach in the driver's seat, him start to stray away from the mandate of the NHT. And what them start to do? Build some 20 or 30 or 40 million luxury homes and apartments and hotels and who forget almost 2.5 billion contract and who for this and who for that and then break ground here, there and everywhere. Till a brother call in from my live one night time and say, hey, bear, when them don't break ground. Sometimes them break ground for the same project all 2 times. And the brother say, hey, bear, when him don't break ground, him not trigger for much earthquake in that place. 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, an earthquake leaked down in St. Elizabeth there. And we see a mayor from over St. James and run out about smart city. In need for stop use the 11.4 billion when they chastise Mama P over when she received a wreck economy and she used it for set back the thing certain way. And it didn't happen. It materialized under our government. So when him get the baton, him get it good. Every year him same one come back, come use 10 consecutive budgets. I could say when next year come when the new budget for roll out, if him are going to roll out, if them are going to roll out the 11.4 billion from NHT again. I would know them are going to do it. And them show shades and show wood per Operation Pride and when you check a stock. Where them say them a bill of luxury and how much thing millions worth of cost. The common man like myself, you cannot afford that. And for them regime and for them governance, no for we will never own a home. Unless we can acquire a piece of land, buy the land, and we go and build up our. We can't go buy a ready-made house where them a make. Eh? We not can do it. And when you check a stock, them a boast and brag over it and Hurricane Melissa come show them up. Loud and loud and loud. Paper, the people them need redress for them place. The people them have to pay how much mortgage, the people them need redress for the place them will mash up. The people them want to see you down in Edmund Ridge. The people them need to have a word with you face to face. Big up yourself, Cooking with Elaine. Joseph, blessings. Stop dodge and hide the people them and go where you feel like hide here and hide there. The people them need answers. Them no want no memo or no letter from HAJ. And this and that. They need to see you face to face. You did a brag and a walk and a advertise the house. Then we have to wonder if you have shares in there. ABR family and viewers, we are watch your ride as we say now. We now stop watch your ride. And we want to see with these 5,000 container homes, so they are going to fill up the whole place with containerized homes. And then the people are going to have to buy. The people have to buy. God bless the few of them where they are give out. 5,000, we don't even know if they are going to give out 200. Because we not get them the information they all know. And then those 5,000 container homes are not going to come in the island until probably late January, February. What is their plan to solve and to remedy housing for the people right now? A whole heap of time pass already. People still are wet up. Rain a fall steady practically every day down at the west there. The people are wet up. What is the solution? You can't tell them, say them for come out by the 31st, and if them being difficult, you can be difficult too. And who for go with family from who no for go with family from who for go find place rent. Where them are going to get it from? Where are they going to get it from? That's what I want to know. Where them are get it from? But this is the government that Jamaica chose. Many will argue, say, why Jamaica never choose them. Robert Guan. Right? No matter where we think, the Electoral Office of Jamaica still declared them the winner. And so when we have 39%, practically 40% of people, going out to vote, people, maybe more, but then a whole heap of suppression go on, a whole heap of, irregularities go on. We see a lot of it being highlighted from even Paul Buchanan, with the whole seat between him and Andrew Holness, and him get dismissed, right? So nobody no want to hear whether or not no irregularities go on. Them once you bring a case, them just go dismiss it out of the court because them say time lapse and this and that. One bag of foolishness, right? It seems as if some of them in there and they don't understand or can interpret the law. So what do we do as a people when we sit down and we allow them to frustrate we? When we sit down and we allow them to dismantle and water down the entities them that are there to hold them accountable, right? What is left then? When practically 60% of the people them sat at home or go about them daily business and say them nah go vote, who not go cry to? You realize now, say a whole heap of where they have on a big mansion and this and that down at St. Elizabeth or Westmoreland or wherever the trajectory of this hurricane had passed. The 6 parishes them will say, totally devastated. When you realize say enough of big vehicles and this and that and a big house and mansion where we didn't have and a hold dear to the heart and realize say a whole heap of leave homeless. When realize that? When you realize that anything can happen to anybody at any point in time? I'm a beg on like baby, me beg the people them say we cannot sit down and allow 20 and 30% to decide who governs our country. Maybe our family and viewers, I think I've said and bear out my all right now. It's just for the people them for just, wise up. It's just for the people them for wise up. And I'm still imploring everybody or anyone who wants to adopt a family to go ahead and do so. I think I had the number here to give out. Once you contact this number, I believe you will get straight to Dayton Campbell and then they will give you, the information in, what to do to adopt a family. Whether you want to adopt them for buy groceries for them, whether you want to adopt them for give them one shelter in the sense of a containerized home or maybe one, we don't know, maybe one board structure for the time being. You can feel free to do so. The number to call is WhatsApp 1-876 565 4526. 1-876 565 4526. For those who wants to donate, you can feel free to donate. There's a lot of legit charity organization out there. Donate, or if you know a family personally from wherever area, and I'm speaking to the people in the diaspora now. If you know a family specifically from an area where you originate from, and you know so them get damaged and you want to assist, you can feel free to assist that family directly so you can see how your money and spend, right? Your donation that you give. Because, everybody have fair work and everybody have bills and responsibilities. We understand all of that. But if I even $10, whatever the case may be, and you can donate it to one charity where I will give the people them, or you save up, and if you can give a family one $500 or whatever the case may be, every make a muckle. Right? So I still implore persons to donate. Right? Big up yourself, Freedom. You know, say I jump off now. And you just a come on, you forgot what to rebroadcast. So big up again to all the ABR members. For those who want to support the channel, you can feel free to donate to the channel. You can feel free to buy gift, You see, once we come on the live, and it's what do call it, vertical live, you can buy gifts. You can buy gifts just like how you buy gifts and send to persons on TikTok. You can buy gifts on the virtual live as well. And or if you want to super chat, super thanks, feel free to do so. No strain, no hassle, no pressure. And if you want to donate off the air, you can feel free to link up the WhatsApp and I'll let you know my Zelle. My Zelle is my email address. Some issues with my phone number, so my Zelle now is my email address. So thanks each and everyone for coming on board. As I stated, you can join the membership in support of the channel. Also, you can click the join button and it will take you straight to the whole membership. Once you join the membership, then you get a lot of member shout out. You get a badge beside your name with the ABR logo and all of that. So we can have a closer connection. Big up to all those who have been with the ABR News TV from day one. Thanks for the continued support. Big up to all of my moderators them. And I will see you in the next live, or you will hear me on the next video. All right, the word is and will always be love. Sean, I'm going to read out this last comment. Sean says, I can't understand why he's asking China to come build houses when our contractors and young men are there to do the job and build up the economy. Why may I tell you? It make it seems as if, Jamaican people not competent for do nothing. And that's true, Sean. And may I tell them from what they said, this man I prefer foreigners, and them not believe, Because he might talk about choose Jamaica, try to trick and con people. Right? And yet still every chance him get a foreigner as him a request. We hear him call him man, the Amber man, where want to introduce all kind of robots in our place. Him said the man a true Jamaican, I want to remember. Please to go back. Sometimes we know say someone don't want to listen. Nothing from Andrew. But sometimes we have to listen to things them, have to lick them back upon him, Because I want to come talk about my fight against misinformation and who can misinform people more than him. Who lie like him. Who lie like him. But ABR family and viewers, thanks again for watching. We have to discuss some more things in another live or in another video. Please go ahead, for those who are joining on just now, to leave a like on the video. And remember to stay tuned. One love every time. Big up on yourself.